There it is. You guys see that? Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. It is your girl Princess Jess. Today we are at a different height, and today we're doing something that's actually different. We are reintroducing or reusing the Juvias Place I Am Magic Natural Radiant Foundation. Now if you have watched my previous video, then you would know that I've reviewed it and I didn't like it for the simple fact that I have oil prone skin, and I believe that when I did the video I either used a mattifying primer or whatever the case be it. But the reason why I'm retrying the foundation is because I ended up buying that beauty blender that I told you guys that I think I would have liked having, that I would have liked had I used the foundation beauty blender. So I'm gonna go ahead and damp it up and then come back to show you guys. But it is this pink and yellow. It's giving me, you know, like the Amazon, you know what, you guys know what I used to set my under eye. That's kind of what it's giving, like that flat base, which I actually like. I haven't seen a beauty blender that is like this. You guys see that with the Juvias Place logo. It's flat on the pink side. So as always, going in with my mattifying primer, this from Milk Makeup. I'm gonna go ahead, excuse my hair y'all, but I'm looking down here because my mirror's down here and you guys are up there. So I've made the decision to use my beauty blender for every step of this routine to just see like if I should use it whenever I'm using this product. So going in, you're supposed to shake it very well because it is liquid. I believe this foundation comes in like 30 something shades, and I just loved the shade match that I got from this product. I don't know why it's not squirting out though, y'all, but there it is. You guys see that? Just gonna go ahead and take the flatter end of the beauty blender and I'm gonna go ahead and dab that into my skin. So off rip, I'm not really too crazy about the tip because you guys can kind of see it wobbling as I'm blending. But let me not judge too early. Under my eye. I do like, however, that I can, you know, go by my eyes. For example, when I start to blend it in with the concealer, I know that it's gonna get all up in there nitty gritty. Shade match is impeccable. Radiant as fuck. Look at that. I look like I just put mad lotion on my face and bronzed myself up. Beautiful. Super beautiful. That's what, like, I won't deny is that this foundation is beautiful, but for me with a brush, I can't do it. Like, I just hate looking like super duper oily. Like, that's just not for me. Alrighty guys, so what I will say is, obviously you guys see the radiance is not overbearing like it was in my last video. That's the reason why I wasn't so crazy about the foundation, because you guys, I literally looked like a sweatshop, like an oil sweatshop. From what I see now, I can control how radiant I look with this beauty blender, so that is giving, very much swaying my opinion. Next, of course, we're gonna go in using their concealer. This is in the shade 10. Oh my lord, y'all, excuse my hair, I'm about to get it together. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just dab it on. Alrighty y'all, so now that I've let the concealer dry for a bit, I'm gonna go ahead and use the same beauty blender that still has loads of product on it, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to diffuse it with the beauty blender. I don't like using beauty blenders to blend out my concealer, which a lot of you may know, so this is a huge sacrifice for me, but get into it for you guys. Okay, so just gonna go ahead, just drag that. And again, I'm not a huge fan of how like wobbly the tip is. And I think it's wobbly just because it's like a little too long. But it is blending out beautifully. I will give it that. Like, it's not giving any splotchiness. It's not giving any selective blending. Meaning that no concealer is left behind, as you guys see. Okay. All right. Wow. And it's not like, it's literally not like, you know when you use a regular beauty blender and if it's like too damp, or when it's damp in general, and how sometimes the beauty blender will like just pick up the product and like the product disappears. I don't see that for this beauty blender. Wow, guys, I literally did not expect this to work out with the beauty blender, because again, beauty blenders and me have broken up years ago. Like, we just don't click anymore after I found brushes or discovered the brushes that works best for me, because not all brushes work the same. But literally, look at that. It takes me like 5 minutes on a regular to like blend out all my concealer. I'm literally dabbing like 2 or 3 times and it's like just blending out. Look at that, my forehead gone. Let's see my nose. My nose is gonna be the real proof. Definitely a go. Look at that. That is perfect. Of course, you already know we're gonna contour the nose and get it together. So as mentioned, I'm gonna use my my beauty blender for everything. So we're gonna go ahead and take my Cherry Blossom from Miss Huda Beauty as always. And we're gonna just lightly set that into place. And one thing I really like about this setting powder is that no matter your skin complexion, no matter your skin tone, it literally just picks up the undertones of whatever products you're using and just diffuses it so beautifully, so you're not ever looking insane, you know? One thing I will say is it's taking a little minute for me to set my under eyes or just set my face in general with this because of how floppy the tip is, but I will overlook that for the simple fact that it blends everything out like so beautifully. Going in with my Juvias Place, I always use this for like my complexion. Gonna go ahead and dab in both of these colors and use it as my contour because I can't find my cream contour for some reason and I don't have time for bullshit. So shout out to Juvias, yo. They make sure that like they hold down the complexion girls, like, and they got everything for every single shade. Don't matter how fair, how dark you are, they gonna hold you down. Going in with my cream blush. I'm gonna use that, just a little bit of it. So going back in with that Huda Beauty, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut around my contour as well as my blush, just a little bit. And as always with my favorite technique, going in with Miss Charlotte Tilbury, guys, we're gonna go ahead and use her to dust off my under eye to give it a bit of a bright under eye without it being overwhelming. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dust that off. And just like that, we are all set with the beat. As you guys can see, definitely this time around a 10 out of 10. First and foremost, I cannot feel the product on my face, which not surprised because again, beauty blenders are there to lift a lot of the product off of your face, a lot of the heaviness, a lot of the cakey feeling that you may get. So I'm not surprised about that part. What I am surprised about is that I don't have an excessive amount of radiance on my face, an excessive amount of like shiny or over shinily look. Shinily is not a word, but I legit hate that. Like, that's my biggest pet peeve about makeup because I am oil prone. So when I feel my face being heavy because of product, naturally I don't like the product. But going in using the beauty blender that is extremely messy now, when I was blending out the concealer, that was the part where I was more so in awe, because if you know, or if you've seen my past reviews with me using beauty blenders, every time I use a beauty blender and I press it in, it literally like leaves a big ass splotch, like just a huge like demarcation between the foundation, the concealer, and the beauty blender, which I literally always used to hate, which is why I transitioned to brushes. But the fucking beauty blender, chef's motherfucking kiss. What I will say is, I mentioned it multiple times, I don't like how long the tip is. I can understand it now because, you know, like if you need to reach into the nooks and crannies under your eyes, you want to be able to do without, like, you know, overly pressurizing your face with a beauty blender, so it's like more sleeker to fit in between this part. I don't know what this part is called under your eye, but besides that, I would rate the beauty blender, I would say a 9.5, and that 0.5 that is missing is because of the longness of the beauty blender, which I wasn't too fond of, but you do have to get used to it if you're someone like me who more so leans on brushes. Now the foundation, back to the foundation, giving it a 10 this time around because again, I was able to learn a different technique. Not really a different technique, but I did go in with a whole different method, which was the beauty blender, which was able to, you know, give me that, you know, y'all see how she's looking. She's looking like I just lotioned my face and I'm just stepping outside. Okay, so yeah guys, with that being said, we are all set with this review. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed filming it for you guys as always. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to your girl, and I will catch you guys in the next video.